I was no longer needing to be special, because I was no longer caught up in my puny separateness that had to keep proving I was something. I was part of the universe, like a tree, or like grass is, or like water is, like storms, like roses. I was just part of it all. First day of school, my first day of sophomore year. Sophomore year, the year that everything changed for me. Not to be dramatic, but I genuinely learned so much about myself, about life through school. And while it may be different for everyone gets their own spark in unique ways. For me, however, it was school. Growing up, school was always a struggle for me. Funny story, in elementary school, my teachers would send home these report cards where it was like all the grades for each class, how I was doing, all the comments the teachers had to make, and my grade was there, and I would have to send it home for my mom or like a guardian to sign. But I would do so bad that I would those erasable pens were my best friend. I would find a way to get them, either like taking them from the teacher's desk or going to the store. I just made sure to always have them on hand. So what I would do is I would change the 5 and 50 I would change the 5 and 50 to a 9, so that it would look like a 90, or like a 3 and 30 to a 8, so that it would look like 80. And then I would fix up the numbers, and then I'd give it to my mom, and I'd be like, Mom, look, like I'm doing so good. She's like, good job, Haneen. And inside I'd be like, oh, this is so humiliating. And then my mom would sign, and I would return it back to school. But I would make sure to erase all the changes I made, so that my teacher wouldn't know anything. And it was all good. And no one ever knew anything, and my mom thought I was doing good. The teacher thought my parents knew that I was doing bad. And yeah, that happened. And I actually just told my mom about this like a week ago, and she was very, very shocked to hear that. But I just had to tell her, like I had to eventually tell her. And I repeated this for the whole year. Yeah, kind of crazy. Anyway, I say this to say that school was really a constant challenge for me, and it was like this all the way through high school up until the beginning of my college career. My self-esteem was so low that I knew even if I did try, even if I did put in the work to actually study, that it wouldn't work. And because my subconscious believed this thought so strongly, that it was wired onto that belief system, that's exactly what happened. I would study for long hours. I would lock myself in the library, sit in a cubicle, and just study. And I would see no results because my mental and what I was doing, it wasn't aligned together. And I know that if I put the amount of hours that I used to put a couple years ago now, where I am aligned, I would get straight hundreds. But yeah, I would study for long hours and not see the results until sophomore year. This was the year where I started grasping the meaning of life. I found myself, rightfully so, loving myself through school. I began to understand that there's a beauty in my own individual journey, and that I no longer need to take life so seriously. I have time. Good things are happening, and even greater things are coming. And I made sure anytime I do something that I'm not just doing it to check it off my to-do list. I'm doing something not to just complete the task, but I put my all in with intention and with a whole heart. Because I know that anything done with intention will guarantee a rewarding outcome, even if it's not the one that we had anticipated in the beginning. Because anything done with effort is going to be rewarding. It might not be what you had originally planned for, but it's still going to be great. And it all just works out just like that. So if you're going through something similar, just know that this hardship is a fraction of your story. It's happening to you to make your story more worthy. It's going to make you stronger. Struggling in school seemed like torture, right? It was like I was bumping heads constantly with a wall. But with resilience, I learned discipline, determination, and courage. And I'm not trying to be cringe or some weird YouTube girl talking at you. I want to show you that you need to take control of your own life and own it. Stop living in a victim mindset and take action. In the end, it's all part of the process of reaching your highest potential. And while that happened for me through school, I hope that this video will start that spark in you to embark on the journey of finding truth within yourself. Thanks for watching.